Hi there guys, how's everyone doing? I'm just back for a quick update. This one will be a little bit different this time, as it consists of all Tartan Asia Extreme films, which, as you may know, some of you may know, I do collect these titles on the UK label anyway. And I did set myself a goal of trying to complete the collection before the end of the year, finally. But I've been neglecting it a bit. I haven't really been picking up too many titles from the range. So over the past couple of weeks, I've been on the lookout for some bargains on the internet, and I've managed to pick up some. Most of them from eBay. I've got a couple from a used store in the UK called CEX. So I was really happy about that. You know, it brings me ever so closer to completing the collection. So let's get started then. I've got 8 in total, and the first of those was Dead or Alive 2. Managed to pick this one up online. No, I didn't. Got it from a used store. CEX, got it for £2, I believe. And this is, Dead or Alive 2 from Takeshi Miike, made in 2000. And I watched this one a couple of days back, and it's really good. Definitely one of my favourite films from the director. And it's part of a trilogy. I enjoyed it more than the first one. I need to pick up the third one, but that's a bit pricey at the moment. But I'll be on the lookout for that one anyway. Yeah, but this one's good. It's about these two guys here, they're hitmen. Former childhood friends. They eventually reunite after all those years, and they go back to their childhood home where they grew up. But they've got the Yakuza on their tail because they ripped them off. And yeah, it's pretty good. You know, the story's got heart. The characters are likable. Got the odd violent moment as well, but it's a bit more restrained compared to the director's other films. You know, it's not as crazy, but it's still very good. You can definitely tell it's a film from the director. You know, it's got those odd, crazy touches. You know, those unique moments. But yeah, it's not as mad. And sometimes he does go a bit overboard with all the wackiness. But this one had a good mix, and it's really enjoyable. So that's Dead or Alive 2. Next one I got was One Take Only from Oxide Pang. This is a Thailand film from 2001. Don't know too much about this film actually. I think it's about drug dealing. But these two drug dealers, a couple, and they get a bit too big for their boots, I think. And yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's from Oxide Pang, one of the Pang brothers responsible for the Eye films and a bunch of other Asian films. Yeah, they're decent directors. Bangkok Dangerous is great. The Eye films are really good. So this one looks alright. No special features on this one. This is one of the earlier Asia Extreme releases. They didn't put too many special features on their discs then. Yeah, it should be alright. It's one take only £3. Next up I got The Happiness of the Katakuris, another Takeshi Miike film. Yeah, this one looks a bit crazy. You know, a bit of a black comedy, a bit of a musical. Haven't seen it yet, but it's about this family who open their own hotel, and the guests, they start to mysteriously die. But the family, they keep it quiet. They don't tell no one about it. They stay open for business. They just bury the bodies out back, I believe. And I think the dead bodies come back to life as zombies. So yeah, Sound of Music meets The Dawn of the Dead. So yeah, it should be okay. You know, seems to get positive reviews. You know, not the biggest fan of musicals to be honest, but I watched Poultrygeist a few weeks back, and I enjoyed that one a lot. So, no horror musicals, no. This should be watchable at least. This one. So that's The Happiness of the Katakuris from 2001, Japanese film. Next up we have Save the Green Planet, another crazy little film from Korea. This one's about a guy who's absolutely convinced that the Earth is being run by aliens in human form, and he decides to kidnap one, who he believes one of the higher ups, one of the leaders of it all, and he puts him through a bit of a torture session to get more answers out of him. Yeah, it was okay. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. Once again, it's a black comedy, quite strange, but it does have its serious moments, you know, quite sad at times, especially during the end. But the big question is he really mad, or is Earth really being run by aliens? You know, you have to watch it to find out. But yeah, it's okay. It's never boring. Yeah, it's fun, but not as good as I thought it was going to be. And it's actually a 2-disc set, this one, which I didn't know about. So it's packed with special features, commentaries, behind the scenes, deleted scenes. Good release, only £3. Moving on, we have a Japanese film called Marebito. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's from 2004. Yeah, it's from the director of all the Grudge films, Takashi Shimizu, and I really do enjoy the Grudge films. And he's done some other things aside from that. Reincarnation was a good one. So yeah, this one looks alright. The reviews haven't been too favourable. You know, some say it's a bit too slow and boring. But it's about this guy who he starts to become obsessed with this guy's suicide on the subway, and he goes to visit the scene of where it happened, and he manages to find an underground subterranean world with full of creatures and ghosts. So it sounds okay, but if it's a bit too slow and boring, should be watchable though. Looks alright. It's got a bunch of interviews on there and special features. Give it a go. It's Marebito. I think that's how you pronounce it. Right, next up we have a film called Cello. This is Korean made, and I watched this one a couple of days back, and it's okay. It's a bit samey, you know, typical Asian supernatural haunting film. It's about a vengeful ghost who haunts this woman who she believes is responsible for her death, and it puts her family through a bit of an ordeal. But it's okay. It moves quite slowly though. It's a slow burner, but it's got some nicely well set up death scenes. Quite bloody at the end as well, but it's never scary or even creepy, but it does develop a bit of an atmosphere. But yeah, it's watchable but not great. So that's Cello from 2004. Next up we have a film from Hong Kong, I think. It's called One Last Dance, from 2006. Harvey Keitel's in this one, interestingly. I think it might actually be a co-production between the US and Hong Kong, but I know very little about this film actually. I think it's about a serial killer, a police investigation. They're after a kidnapper, kidnapping film, bit of a thriller, not really horror, but it looks okay. Very cheap though, you can get this one for cheap off Amazon UK. So that's One Last Dance. And the last one for this Asia Extreme update is a Korean film called Spider Forest from 2004. Yep, this is one of the later releases from Tartan Asia Extreme, so it's a bit more harder to find. You pay a bit more than others, but it's still affordable. And yeah, I know very little about this one as well. I think it's another police investigation thriller, got a bit of supernatural to it as well. So it should be okay. No special features on this one. So I'm just happy to find it. That's Spider Forest. So that's it then. That concludes this little Asia Extreme update. Yep, 14 left to go till I complete the whole collection. So, finally getting there. And once this is all filled up, I'll have them all then. So the spaces are waiting for them. Just need to reel them in. So, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, the comments. Really appreciate it. Take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.